We are live.
Fabulous.
Hello, everyone. This is Jeanette Martin, owner of My BC Consulting, the Move Your Bum Chum consulting company. And every Monday, and I attempt to make it every time at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time so you can put it in your calendar to tune in. I do these things called Where in the World Is ... a W5 story session. And I love doing them because, the more we get to know each other during these uncertain times and during regular times, we get to figure out commonality and what everybody's story is. So without further ado, who are you?
Hi, Jeanette. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for this opportunity to speak to you. It's a pleasure. And I really appreciate what you do and how you connect people. And that's part of your life and part of your vision. And that you're always a giving person. So I really appreciate that. My name is Mark Dalla-Vicenza. I'm husband of Cheryl Dalla-Vicenza. Cheryl Dalla-Vicenza is the love of my life, and she's the one that's supported me through this extraordinary journey. We over the course of time, through the past 10 years, we've been hosting international students. We hosted 130 international students from all over the world. We departed from that about a year ago and went through the process of fostering kids. So we're actually doing that now, and it's going very well, and it's I'm very grateful to be a part of that. In addition to that, in the transportation industry, I have been for a number of years, but I only have started to go into freight in the past 14 years, and my wife was a big part of that too. She created that dialogue to create the vision, so I would start in freight. And I've been doing it now for 14 years, started in intermodal freight with a company called Western Canada Express, and worked over a number of years with different companies at Hercules Freight for many years. Got some good friends there as well. And then also, most recently now, I'm sales director with Portage Transport, and we're an asset-based carrier. We're located in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. And I do sales for the entire company, Canada and US-wide. So
wow, yeah, in Winterpeg, as we like to call that in Canada.
Yeah.
Or near Winterpeg. So I like to break it down to the next one is what are some things you like to do with your wife, and what are some things you do for the freight company that you work for now?
Oh, certainly. Well, freight. What we do together is we like to watch a lot of Home Shopping Channel or the Home HGTV, and then we go out and we start sometimes. Well, COVID wise, you have to do it on the internet most of the now, but looking at furniture and different things, and we're always moving furniture in our house and stuff. We just finished moving. I think a love seat very recently to a different area. Regardless, anyway, I digress. But yeah, that's a big interest of ours. We like to walk. We like to socialize with our friends, but we can't do that now because of COVID. But we do Zoom meetings and that kind of things, and network with people. And with work, I'm very very tight with our operations team. We work together, and I enhance what they currently have in their system. It's a successful company, the base of around 39 million a year, and they have large established companies that they've already have. And what I do is enhance what they currently have to make the system work better, so that it all works together. So the return on their assets is stronger.
Okay, so let's break it down. So when you say where, and you're Canada wide, where do you live? And you don't have to be city specific. You can say a general area, because I want to respect the fact that, like you said, you have foster children. So where do you live, as well as when you say, does the freight company go where? Like when you say Canada, is it bigger than that?
Well, I'm in Burnaby, and I'm in my home office out of Burnaby, British Columbia, even though that company is in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. But the freight that we cover is most of domestic Canada. We stick to sort of Ontario west to Vancouver, east and west, and those provinces. As far as cross-border is concerned, it's Canada, US, US to Canada, and that's a big part of our business is the cross-border.
Okay, so that leads me to, so when did you decide this is what you wanted to do? Because logistics and freight has got to be a tough job, and figuring all that out for
Well,
to keep things moving, as they like to say in the in any industry.
well, it's an interesting journey. As I said before, I started at Western Canada Express and Intermodal. So, and when I went to the first interview, I was interviewed by a gentleman by the name of Ken Richard, and yeah, I had some transportation industry, mostly on the auto transport business side, but he had noticed that we got a good feeling about each other. We connected, and he understood kind of what I could offer, but he was a little concerned with the lack of experience. But he was the guy that really taught me sort of the basics on what I needed to know, and kind of groomed me in intermodal freight. So it's really important to have those mentors, especially through the
Mm.
journey of life, that and through the working process, that you have people that you can count on to sort of bring you towards where your goals and where you need to be. So he was an important part of that, and I have some great people that I work with now as well. Phil Newdorf is a great general manager. I work with him on an extensive basis, and he's great in help mentoring me now. This is a little more specialized as well too. It's temperature control freight.
Okay.
So we're moving food products. So it's been a very busy time for us, and it continues to be doing very well. So we do dry van as well. So that's part of our process too. But temperature control is a big part of it.
So I'm just going to let everybody know a little bit of an inside secret. I have known Mark for about 4 years or 5 years. Mark was with Hercules, as he said, and I used to be in the hardwood floor business, and Mark would help me with freight coming from the hardwood floor mills down in the States. And then we met again a year ago, but everybody's W5 story evolves. So let's wrap this up with the final question I love to ask is, Mark, what's your why in life?
What's my why in life?
Yeah, what's your
Why
why
do
in life? Why do you, like, in the morning open up your eyes and go, oh, I love this. This is my why. Why we wake up and we do
Well,
what we do.
my wife's my biggest why.
Oh,
But then after that, I get it's connections with people, and that's really important to me. And helping them solve their problems, but also just be a friend and somebody that can listen and understand what a person's going through, and empathy, so that you can move forward and through this complicated journey of life, ever so complicated as of today. So that's me in a nutshell.
that's a beautiful nutshell, I have to tell you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. After the video is done, we'll make sure Mark goes into the comments and he'll put his contact information as well. So there you go, another W5 story. I learned something more, and I've known Mark for, like I said, about 5 years. And it's good when we get to know each other's story, because there's commonality and we can build on each other's story and become a chapter in each other's story. Because you know what I say, we're all born with that blank set of encyclopedias. And the more that I can be a chapter in somebody else's story, and in return, they can be a chapter in my story, that's how you build a life. So thank you so much, Mark, for being on my W5 story session. Tune in next Monday, same time. I can't remember who's going to be on next Monday, but I'm sure it's going to be an interesting story. Enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.